can I hear one time tonight? God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Sarah Jill Springs. Well, we give you the show news on today and happy Juneteenth, America. Today is June the 19th. This all started with June the 19th, 1865. There was enslaved. African Americans was enslaved in Texas. Were told they was free. You know, uh, June the 19th, 1865. That's when they announced in Texas that they was free. A century and a half or later, people across the United States continue to celebrate. So when that was but when June the 19th, 1865, when they announced that they are free, that was a celebration. That was a celebration. I don't know how long they was enslaved. But when they announced that, that was for the whole world, the whole nation. That they was free, and so they made that a celebration. So the United States continue to celebrate the day, which is now a federal holiday. So Juneteenth, celebrate the end of slavery in the United States after the Civil War. So this was right after the Civil War. So happened on the Monday, this Monday, with celebration planning across the country. So June the 19th, is what they had been celebrating. So they've been celebrating that for a while. So celebrating across the country, June the 19th is also known as Freedom Day. Freedom Day. I mean, that was a celebration, to announce that all slaves was free on that day. But Texas was the last one, to get that announcement. So Juneteenth didn't become a federal recognized until 2021, when President Bennett, signed legislation adding it to the government holiday calendar. So he been doing some wonders since he been in seat. So Gardner Gretna, United States Army officer, in the unit general during the Civil War, issued an order, in Garrison, Texas, announcing, that all slaves was free. Under the proclamation, about 250,000, black people was enslaved. Now there was a lot of people in Texas, to be enslaved. 250,000 African Americans was in Texas enslaved. And that's when they had announced that you are free. You are free. And so that was a celebration that kept going on every year. So there was the last one. Everyone else, were free. But in Texas, there was the last one in the country to receive the notice, of proclamation, which the President Abraham Lincoln had issued more than 2 years prior, granted freedom to all enslaved people in Confederate states. So Abraham Lincoln had made an issue, for 2 years, granted them freedom. I mean, all across the country, that was free. Despite the proclamation, that all persons held as slaves, within any state or design, part of a state, the people whereof shall then be in rebellion against the United States forever free. Now, see, when they announced, that was free, and all the ones that held them, they had to release them, or they was gonna be rebellious, against the United States. So they had to release all the ones that was enslaved. So it could not be in planners, and errors under the Confederate, control before the end of the Civil War. So the Civil War had stopped it in April 1865. You know, uh, so the National Museum of African American History and Culture, in Washington, D.C., they write nothing, that slavery still, would not be abolished, nationwide under the 13th Amendment. it was ratified December, of that year. So December of 1865 of that year. So they had the war in April of 1865. Then in June, they had there was announced there was free, and then in December they made it legal for they could not change it. There was 13 amendments, so ratified. So Juneteenth, a celebration of Black freedom. So it's remember history. Not erasing it. And not banning books, but it's a history to celebrate each year. That is a celebration when they announced that all that was enslaved, okay, you are free. You are free. And I'm quite sure they were dancing around and running. They didn't know where they was going. They had no money, whatever. I know they just got out of there. And no one could hold them back. Because in December, that's when they had got the 13th Amendment. And made sure, and made sure they made sure they could undo it. So we made progress, but still we have work to do. All of a sudden for the last 2 years, we just been fighting back from the same stuff that our people have fought for, years ago. We made progress, and then all of a sudden, we doing a rerun. So we still have work to do. We still have work to do. So across all the nation, we are a great nation, and we will be put back together. So that's all the news I have for you today. I needed to put this out before 12 o'clock, and then the day would have been over with. So happy Juneteenth, America. This is a celebration of 1865. It was announced, but Texas was the last one to get the notice that it was announced that they are free from anyone that was enslaved. That was free. And then the ones who had them enslaved, they had to release them. So and also it wasn't a federal holiday until President Bennett made it a federal holiday, and he signed off on legislature adding it to a government holiday on the calendar. So we're gonna give praise to President Bennett doing that for us. So this is a holiday that we celebrate every June the 19th. June the 19th, that was a special day for anyone that was enslaved, was not enslaved no more. So we're not gonna go back. We constantly fight, to go forward. So if we got to keep on fighting, we're gonna keep on fighting. And I am averse, for any issue that I be trying to help take care of, because we still fight. We still got progress to keep on producing, but we're gonna keep pressing our way too. We're not gonna erase history. We're not gonna be banning books. Our history is here to remain. So that's all the show news I have for you today. Y'all have a blessed night, and I'll see y'all in the next video.